Hidden in the remote mountains of Japan, Inunaki Village, the haunted village, has become one of the most famous places for mysterious stories. Although it is only a few hours away from Tokyo, this village seems to have been forgotten for a long time. Once you step in, you will feel an eerie stillness, a dark and mysterious atmosphere that no one dares to approach, especially at night. Locals recount that in the 1970s, Inunaki Village was abandoned after an unexplained tragedy. Whispering sounds, strange footsteps, and blurry images often appeared. A series of strange stories have made Inunaki a symbol of fear among explorers. Inunaki Village, a place where no one dares to stay overnight. Would you dare to enter and face the restless spirits that have yet to find peace? Just a few hours away from Tokyo, Inunaki Village was once a peaceful village where kind-hearted people lived. With simple houses nestled among beautiful natural scenery, Inunaki was a place of tranquility. However, this peace lasted only until the 1970s, when a strange event changed everything. The reason why Inunaki Village was abandoned remains a mystery that no one has been able to explain clearly. Locals recount that on one dark night, a horrific tragedy occurred, causing the entire community to flee in panic. Some rumors suggest that this tragedy was connected to an ancient curse, while others believe it was the result of an attack or a sudden accident. Whatever the cause, after this event, Inunaki became a deserted village where no one dared to step foot, especially after nightfall. Since then, the old houses have been covered in moss, and the deserted streets are now empty of people. However, it's not just the eerie silence of the abandoned homes that's unsettling. Strange phenomena are also rumored to occur here. Strange noises, blurry figures in the night, and footsteps that leave no trace of their owner. All these stories have made Inunaki a village that locals avoid, especially at night. Inunaki Village wasn't just abandoned by its people. It was also left behind due to a strange fear that no one could explain. In the 1970s, after an inexplicable event, the village suddenly became deserted, with no human presence left. No one knows the exact cause, but the story behind Inunaki's disappearance remains a mystery that has yet to be unraveled. Some rumors suggest that a terrible disaster struck, forcing the villagers to flee in panic. It wasn't an earthquake or a natural disaster, but something far worse, something so unbearable that the people who had lived in the village for decades could no longer endure it. They left in the dark of night without a word of farewell, leaving behind empty homes and silent streets. But it wasn't only physical events that led to Inunaki's abandonment. Strange occurrences had been happening long before the village was deserted. And perhaps it was these phenomena that made the villagers unable to stay. People recount hearing eerie whispers, as though someone was speaking in the darkness even when no one was around. Strange footsteps would echo through the night, soft yet unsettling, as though someone was following their every move. There were also blurry figures, sometimes just a shadow passing by a window or a faint image in the dark corner of a house. These strange happenings gradually disrupted the peace of the village. The villagers could no longer stay, and over time the village became completely deserted, no longer inhabited by any soul. The houses began to decay, the streets became gloomy and overgrown with weeds, as if time itself had forgotten it. Inunaki is not just a physically abandoned village. It is a place haunted by unexplained phenomena, where restless spirits still linger among the crumbling walls, unable to find peace. Inunaki Village is not just a desolate place. It is also a location filled with mysteries that not everyone dares to face. Those who have ventured into the village at night often recount strange experiences that defy explanation. The sound of soft footsteps echoes in the eerie stillness of the village, even when there is no one around. The sound is not caused by the wind or animals, but distinct steps, as if someone is silently following them through the darkness. Some people have shared that as they walked along the empty streets, they occasionally saw blurry shapes gliding past the windows of old houses. These figures were indistinct, just faint streaks of light, leaving them unsure whether it was a person or just a trick of the light. Yet the feeling made them unable to tear their eyes away from the houses, as though someone inside was watching them. Moreover, some individuals have heard whispers carried on the wind, ambiguous yet clear sounds, as if someone is calling their name from afar. Strangely, when they turned around, no one was there, only the chilling silence. The whispers seemed to echo each time they passed certain streets, as if reminding them that they were never truly alone. After leaving Inunaki, some reported a lingering sensation of being watched. The feeling of being followed stayed with them even after they left the village, as though someone was always observing them from the shadows. They felt an invisible presence, something watching them constantly, even when no one was around. Some even claimed to have been haunted by the village, as strange occurrences continued in their daily lives, long after they had departed. These stories are not just rumors. They are real experiences that those brave enough to visit Inunaki have witnessed. The strange phenomena continue to live on in the memories of those who set foot there. And to this day, Inunaki remains a mystery, an eerie warning for anyone who dares to explore it. Those who have bravely stepped into Inunaki Village, even after leaving safely, carry with them memories that can never be erased. One of the first to share his story said that after leaving the village, he felt as though something indescribable, a curse, was following him. Despite returning to his normal life, he could not shake the feeling that he was always being watched. He began experiencing strange events that he could not explain. Unfamiliar footsteps echoed in the dark of night. The sound as if someone were walking behind him, their steps light but unseen. Whenever he stopped to listen, the footsteps would suddenly cease, as if the unseen follower knew he was searching, only to start again when he turned away. This phenomenon was not limited to strange sounds alone. Every night he began to suffer from horrific nightmares. Dreams of the deserted village, shadowy figures, distant calls, and cold stares following him relentlessly. Though he awoke, certain it was just a dream, the feeling lingered, preventing him from sleeping peacefully. It felt as though he never truly left Inunaki, a place where he had not fully departed. Others shared similar experiences. A woman, upon returning from Inunaki, couldn't understand why she felt such terror every time night fell. Even the slightest noise in her house made her jump, and many nights she couldn't sleep as whispers from some distant place echoed in her ears, as though someone were speaking to her from the shadows. Though she never saw anyone, she could feel the presence of restless souls from the village. These stories are not mere rumors spread by curious minds. Survivors are convinced that Inunaki Village is not just an abandoned place. It is a location filled with the souls of the departed, souls trapped in obsession, unable to find peace. These spirits linger in the village, waiting for release or simply continuing to watch over anyone daring enough to step into their domain. The village, with all its mysteries, endures as a curse, and anyone who has heard the whispers from its depths cannot escape the lingering fear. These sounds are not just the wind or the insects of the night. They are the calls of souls yet to be freed, a warning for those brave enough to approach. Whoever dares to return to the village will face the curse it holds, and perhaps those spirits will never let them leave easily. Inunaki Village is not just an ordinary village. It is a warning, a reminder of loss, unresolved grudges, and the power of curses that humans cannot break. The restless souls lingering in the village, the eerie stories with no explanations, have turned Inunaki into a legend that no one dares forget. The story of this village will live on in the hearts of those who dared to face it. Will the spirits in the village ever find peace, or will they forever wait for an opportunity for release? And will anyone dare to return to face the unsolved mysteries, the fears that have never been dispelled?